What's up, everybody? A Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Subnautica. When we left off in the last episode, we had managed to make it down to the Crystal Caves and was viciously murdered by what I'm dubbing the Sith Worm, also known as like a Shadow Leviathan or something or other. But here's the deal. Originally, I was going to go back to base or try and find more, open storage. What? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, I was going to try and find some more stuff and things so that I could get back down here and use the depth up, or find the nickel to make another depth upgrade, yada yada yada. But in the interim, by the time you guys are watching this, they did a major update to Subnautica Below Zero, which resulted in, I believe, could be misquoting, but I believe the story is now finished and everything is fully voiced over. And so when I logged in today, for one thing, you can tell one of the giveaways is the test override module now has, and the parallel processing unit and all that now have graphics and things. Everything looks more graphified, because that's a word that I totally didn't make up just now. The other thing was when I logged in, there was a whole bunch of voiceover things like Alan and Robin and blah, 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 that was like playing catch up. You know, that because I had already met Margaret and all this stuff, now all these voiceover segments were coming back, which was kind of funny. And there's a few things like the database type stuff. Now there's obviously these kinds of graphics, which are much better than the cave drawings we saw earlier, and so on and whatnot. Now, I don't necessarily see any new... Oh, they actually have names to all the artifacts now. That's kind of cool. I was going to say, I don't see any new artifact things or signals. Pilot last known position, I don't think I have that, so that's maybe something we need to look into. So that's interesting. So yeah, now we can go a little bit more freely because now we know everything in terms of the story and stuff like that, and the voiceover is, I believe, done. Also, the character model for Robin has been modified to some extent, although to what extent, I don't know. But one other interesting little tidbit. I went to get into the seatruck. Check out the depth. I'm pretty sure it was 500 before. Now it's 650. That's new. So, what that means is that I believe we may be able to actually go a bit further now. So that's an interesting little caveat to have happened, is that just kind of randomly, I'm assuming it's their way of, like, when they're balancing the game and stuff, they realize that maybe you don't get to nickel before you can find the stuff that you need or whatever. I don't really know. Uh-oh. But we can definitely get a lot deeper. Although I'm still concerned about Mr. Sith Worm out here, but what are you gonna do, right? The other bad thing is I don't actually know where I'm going down here. I know that everybody said, hey, there's stuff in the Crystal Caves that you haven't seen, but I don't really have any indications or signals or anything to follow, so I'm kind of just gonna be following the cavern shape and hoping I run across them. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn my lights off for the most part, other than when I'm looking at something specific, because I actually feel like I can see a little bit better without them. This is almost like fog, you know, when you turn your headlights on or something in a fog and it makes it worse. Kind of feel like that. But yeah, I can't help but notice that I'm not really finding anything of note. It's just kind of a cavern that keeps going. There's definitely crystals, and we should probably grab some more kyanite before we leave. But I'm not really seeing a whole lot. Wait, what is that? Okay, we need to investigate that. That could be alien. I'm not really sure. So let's grab some kyanite real quick. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting little thing that has transpired here. Oh, no, it's one of those grubs. Dagnabbit. I'm also looking for nickel. If I can find nickel, that would be awesome. I think I need 3 or something like that. Not too sure. But I definitely want to grab as much kyanite and nickel as I can get my grubby little hands on. because I don't know when I'm going to come down here next, but I don't want to come down here too often, if I can help it. Because, for one, I'm just not a big fan of Mr. Sith Worm here. Torpedo arm. I think I got all the blueprints for this, or all the... Nope, I guess I didn't. Glad I scanned it.
New blueprint synthesized.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is the PDA, and I think Robin and everybody, I think it's fully voiced over now, and I think they've got the final version of the story. I don't know if everything's final assets or not, but I think they've got the final version going on. Oh crap. Oh crap. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back. I'm really actually nervous because the last time I looked back, there was a shadow worm like right behind me. And that's kind of creepy and freaky all at the same time. So I'd rather not look back, but I'm kind of nervous. No! Well, that would have killed me if he was behind me. The bigger concern that I have isn't that he was right behind me, it's just that I might have hit a spot where he spawns or something, which is not ideal. So we're going to leave our controls set to perimeter defense. And what I'm thinking I'm going to end up...
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
We're kind of doing the same thing we did before here. But I'm thinking I want to get over that cavern. I think that should be okay. Okay. So let's try and get as low as we can here and see if we can run across anything. Also, I'll show you guys in a minute, in case you didn't already clock it, but basically there's a, there's another layer. Ooh, hello. Oh, I should have brought the prawn suit. I'm a dummy. Because that could have been... I don't know if that would really help me, like if I need that much or not, but it's just kind of an indication that at some point I should be able to come down here with the prawn suit, but I really... Wait! Nickel! I got nickel! Just needed some nickel. That's all I really want. Actually, I need a lot of it. Well, I think I need a lot of it. I don't actually know how much of it I need, but I want enough of it because I'd like to make prawn suit and seatruck Mark II depth upgrade, or 3 or whatever upgrades. Creature egg, I guess we'll go ahead and grab that. I got kind of excited that I found nickel, but now I'm not really seeing a whole lot of it. I was kind of hoping there'd be more. That's silver. Huh. Also, anyone else noticing that this is kind of a dead end? Like, it doesn't really go anywhere? I really expected this to go somewhere. No, that's... Oh, wow, I gotta watch my air. I wasn't paying attention to my air. Uh-oh. Yeah. Hope I have enough. I have enough to get back. But yeah, the other thing was that there's actually a PDA entry for the 3 parts of Alan's new body, essentially. Like, we've got architect tissues, skeleton, and organs, which we didn't have these 2 listed. I knew about them from the wiki, but I didn't see them listed. And they changed the graphics for all of them as well, so that's kind of interesting. What is the blueprint? Oh, the torpedoes things. Okay. So, yeah. This is gonna be a little tricky because we're pretty much right at depth. But I'm not really sure where else to go. I'm actually losing my bearings a little bit. I'm not too lost, but I'm kind of getting a little turned around with how to get out of here. But I'm kind of hoping... Is this the same area? Yes, this is the same area. Fart knocker. There's also that pilot thing, which we have to check out at some point, too. But I'm kind of curious as to what else I can find down here. Or more importantly, what else I'm even looking for.
The crystals in this environment are confusing my senses, and yet I feel certain there is something important below. A facility or a body component. Perhaps both. I cannot tell.
So yeah, that's Alan's voice now. Pretty cool. Definitely has a more immersive feel to it than just randomly reading the text, so that's a fun little fact. I'm definitely trying to overreach, though. I've got to figure out... I'm going to look around here a little bit more for some more nickel. I'm going to find out how much I exactly need. And if I can find it, then we're going to go back and build the Mark III upgrade and come back here more, like, you know, on purpose kind of thing. But, ooh, there's a cave there. That's interesting. So yeah, let me fart around in here a little bit and see if I can find some more nickel. And if I can't, then, well, wait, what was that? Oh, creature egg. Okay. If we can't, then oh well, and we'll have to come up with a different plan. But for now, that's my plan. So I will see you guys momentarily. Okay, so in swimming around, I did find this area, which is cool. Oh. I did not know they could fly. Apparently those things can fly now. They fly now. So yeah, this is a pretty cool area. And as I was swimming along, Alan popped up and said there's definitely something nearby. Guessing this is what he was talking about. So we got a little bit of a breather. Now I am somewhat stuck in that I ended up kind of running from the Leviathan thing and going deeper and deeper to get away from him. Kind of ended up here, so it's not ideal. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool right there. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Every once in a while, you do run across certain things in some games, and you're just like, that's a screenshot. That's what that is. What the? I'm getting stuck on stuff. I can't tell if that's just kind of crevices where crystals are growing, or if there's anything actually down there. I don't think there is. Ooh, hello. You look important. Architect component. That looks like the skeleton?
You will be able to construct bionic organs with the scanned material, both primary and secondary. Our
New
designs
blueprints
provide for
synthesized.
redundancies.
Given your current location, I think they could still be improved.
Your feedback has been noted.
Ooh, that's an even better one. That's a good screenshot. That's probably going to be the thumbnail, not going to lie. So, okay. That was the component that I needed from the crystal caverns, I believe. Now, or crystal caves, or whatever it's called. Now, I don't know that, the other, like, the factory or base where you actually construct Alan's body, I don't know if that's actually here or if I just needed the component from here. I'm not really sure, but based on the terrain, I don't really think there's anything else down here. Wait a minute. Take that back. Actually, this looks like a... Okay. There's like another pathway. There's just paths everywhere. Actually, this just loops back around, doesn't it? Yes. Okay. So we're gonna catch our breath. There's a pillar up that way. I actually came from that way, so I'm kind of curious. That would spit me out closer to where I parked the seatruck. So we're gonna actually try and go that way and see if I missed an entrance. I guess I could use this. I never used the map. Does anybody else use the map on the sea light? I'm curious. Because half the time I forget it's there. The other half of the time I'm like, this is annoying. I can't even tell what I'm doing, and I turn it off. Still looking for, like, one more nickel, though. I have 2. I need 1 more. Oh, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Whew. Definitely not what I was hunting for. Okay, see, where did I there it is. So there's the sea truck out that way. I was really hoping that since we'd gone deeper, like much deeper, that I'd still find some more nickel. Oh, that's 200 meters. I better start moving. I mean, maybe there's nickel out here somewhere, or down in these ravines. Unfortunately, it seems like every time I go down one of the ravines, I end up back where I started from. Oh, come on. Sea glide, don't fail me now. Nope. Get in. Back off. Go away. Whew.
You have found 2 of the 3 components required for the construction of my corporeal form. This is as close as I have come to autonomy in a long time.
I think that's what we'd call hope.
The probabilities, while not favorable, are more positive than before. I sense you are sufficiently motivated to influence the outcome.
You have such a way with words.
Is that sarcasm?
It was. You're learning.
Hopefully, I will not have time to complete my study.
Oh, jeez.
I was wondering, if you can transfer
Damage
bodies,
imminent.
why was it important to find a cure when you were infected? Couldn't you just make a new body?
As you can see in the components you have scanned thus far, the forms we require combine biological and mechanical parts. The tissues you have scanned were developed from the DNA of 27 separate alien species.
Well, now.
27? That seems greedy. And wouldn't that mean that anything that infects a body you've manufactured can potentially learn how to infect all those other species?
Yes, that is why a cure was imperative.
You'll be happy to know I've been vaccinated.
That is reassuring.
Ooh, that, I didn't want to interrupt the dialogue there, but man, that encounter with the Leviathan thing was definitely nerve-wracking. I'm gonna be mad if this is the same darn spot. I think it is, actually. It's lead. Maybe not. I don't know how many times I've been back to the same place. Yep, I recognize that. This is the same darn place. I've been to it like 4 times. Because you would think, given that it's... Oh, magnetite. I didn't really need that. Given that it's not really that gigantic of an area down here, you would think that all these huge caverns would actually not lead back to the same place. But apparently they do. It's kind of annoying. What's really annoying is I need at least 3 nickel to complete the sea truck's depth upgrade. And I have 2. And for the life of me, almost literally a few times, I cannot find any more. And it's kind of irritating. Because you're like, come on, man, I need like 1 more. That's all I need, just 1. Just give me 1 more nickel and I'm good to go. But no. So, yeah, that's been kind of aggravating. Although I have not checked the actual, like, we're seeing a lot of magnetite and stuff like that. I haven't checked the seabed here very thoroughly. I've been trying to get, because honestly, it's dangerous up here because the Leviathan thing can get me. Whereas down in the caves, it seems less able to reach, kind of thing. And yes, some people are going, well, what about other... I've learned that nickel is by itself, and there's only some low-level materials that come out of those, so I'm not bothering to grab them. So in case anyone's freaking out over that, that's why. Now this is intriguing. Normally I pick up kyanite along the way, so when I see a deposit of it or something, I'm kind of like, have I not been here? So that bodes intriguing. Actually, my depth is only 620 here. I might be able to get the sea truck through here. Let's try it. Because I feel like I accidentally went up in depth. Well, much like everything else, there's good news and there's bad news. So I managed to I gave up on finding the nickel, to be honest, because I just was looking everywhere and couldn't find it at all. But on my way out, I ended up back in this biome, and apparently I came out a different way than I recall, or they definitely changed some things, because this shows that I didn't scan it. And if I had seen this, I'd have scanned this. So, I have either, well, I say that, but then it didn't give me anything for scanning that, so maybe I have already scanned it, and it just got a little confused, because, oh, there's an ion cube. That's random. There's just a random cube and a facility. Okay, well that's not like the strangest thing I've ever seen, apparently. But that is one thing I do have to note, just in case I forgot to mention it, as I believe I did, that because we're playing an existing save on the new version of the game that has like all of the cutscenes, well, not all the cutscenes, but all the dialogue and story and everything, there's bound to be some overlapping, conflicting files type of thing, as far as like even we saw the, you know, all of the dialogue about Margaret when we've definitely cleared that part of the story already, you know, stuff like that. But there you are. So I figured we'll go ahead and, before we wrap this episode up entirely, which I guess this episode has kind of been finding nickel, changes in the game, some finding Alan's organs, and getting away from the Sith Worm and getting back out of the Crystal Caves kind of thing is pretty much the main hook of the episode, I suppose. But before we wrap this up entirely, I figured we'd at least pop by this pilot thing, because I don't remember this beacon here before. And do apparently nothing, because there's nothing here? Wait, what's that? That looks like an alien cable. I wonder, that's been severed. I wonder if this leads back to where we just were. You know what? Let's go ahead and follow it a minute. Let's see where this goes, because I don't know if I followed this one or not. Okay, so we're back here at the base. Now, like I said, I kind of had to give up on the nickel for the moment, although according to the wiki, there's a few other places we can look, and I may do that off camera and hopefully get what I need to get before the next episode. But so we're recharging, we're resupplying, because I was running pretty low on supplies and medical stuff and blah blah blah. So I wanted to take a beat, come back, repair the truck, do all that stuff, and recharge all the batteries, yada yada yada, and then we'll take another crack at it. Now the other thing that I do not have on me at the time is I wanted to try out two things. One, it's been patched, so I don't know if it will still work or not. But I have been told...
Together tool facilitates instant travel to a bed seatruck teleportation module. Ion cube required for use.
Well, that's what we're going to check, because apparently there used to be a way to throw these in the recyclotron and get the ion cube back and just rebuild the thing. However, since the game has had a major patch recently, I'm not 100% sure that that's going to... Yeah, see, we don't get it back anymore. It's just the titanium and silicon. Okay, so that's what I wanted to check, because I wasn't sure. We're going to go ahead and reload it. And then we're going to bring one with us on the next outing that we take, so that we've got a couple of jumps back to the truck. At least that should keep things relatively safer, kind of thing, because, you know, then at least we're not completely stranded out in the middle of nowhere. But I digress. So the point is, I think we're going to wrap things up for today, and then next episode, hopefully, I will be able to find some nickel. If I can find more than a couple wherever I find it, then we'll be able to make the prawn suit upgrade as well, and we may bring it with us, although personally, unless I'm going mining, I don't see a whole lot of use in bringing the prawn suit, because the only thing that I've seen that actually protects against the Leviathan thing is the defense grid on the truck. So yeah, with that, we're going to wrap things up for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.